All right. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's see how long the landscape stays up today. I joke about that and it closes in the next 30 minutes. Ah, could you imagine? My mind. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Just getting the TikTok side started up again. So, let's see. All right. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. So, today we are going to be working on our iron farm again. We're going to be working on our iron farm again now. The biggest thing with this is we want to actually plan it out really, really well, because don't, then things are going to be really, really messy when it comes time for it to actually work. So we're going to be working really, really hard on getting all that tested out and working properly. And just working right now, having issues with my YouTube closing for no reason. Well, not no reason, but it's closing, so just want to make sure that I got everything running properly for that. So, some of you might know we are going to be working our iron farm through this channel right here. We go all the way down here. Your favorite boy, thank you so much for the follow. So these guys are down here. What we'll do is we'll eventually have a zombie just right in here. And then up here, can't jump because of the ladder. Gotta love it. Up here, we'll have a zombie over here. We'll actually close this up. We'll have a zombie over here. We'll have a good sized spawning platform over here. I think we'll make it actually 5 wide just to give it a little bit more space. But we'll have this. And essentially what will happen is Iron Golem will spawn. The Iron Golem will spawn. He will detect the zombie, walk towards the zombie, and then he will get shot up through a bubble elevator. And we will take him away. So that's pretty much what's going to be happening. Yo, what's up, Julie? How you doing? That's pretty much what's going to happen. That's how we're going to make it look. And it'll work really, really, really well. As long as we do it right. So one thing for sure we got to do is we got to close this up. Because this will just create more problems for us. But it's going to be a system that essentially relies on 2 zombies. But it should be pretty efficient. So the big thing that we have going for us is look at how far the iron golems are going to go. There's a certain radius that you have to have on an iron golem for it to actually spawn one. So we're far enough down, they'll spawn in the city, won't be affected. We're far enough down that once these actually go to the top to get burned off, we're also not going to need to worry about them because, well, they'll just be gone. So, yeah. So I'm actually going to leave this like this. I'm actually going to leave it too high. That way, yeah, we don't need to worry about it. Then we'll break that like that. We'll go up like so. I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. So we're gonna fly. Yeah. So the type of build that we're doing though is we're actually gonna make it off of. Let me go sleep real quick. Where did I put my bed? Why did my bed go? Oh, put it up top here. My bed. Right here. My bed's right here. Now, if you hear a hissing, we gotta run. You hear a hissing, we gotta run. Anyways, got him. So, we're gonna fly over this way. Now, what I want to do is I want to make a build that kind of slightly resembles this. So we're gonna need a lot of mahogany. Mahogany. That's not a blocking game. Where did I put them? We're gonna need a lot of mangrove. We're gonna need these guys. We're gonna need deep slate, blackstone, which we have enough of that. The biggest thing is gonna be mahogany. What's up, Ronnie? Ronnie? Rohoni? That's an interesting name. Hello, hello. But you can see that is not enough mangrove. How you doing, Rahani? So no, Sham, no. So we're gonna go get a whole bunch of mangrove little guys, and we are going to work at getting some of that. I have bone blocks here now. Like, I have bone blocks here. I also learned that you can get the little pod things by just simply bone mealing mangrove leaves. I was like, what? First off, I was on a Skiz stream. I was on a Skizzleman stream. What am I doing learning stuff there, dude? Yo, Emmanuel, thank you so much for the follow. What am I doing learning stuff there, man? That don't make sense whatsoever. Anyways. Need to get this. I also need to get rid of the random junk in my inventory. We got some weirdos today, guys. Yo, what's up, Andrew? How you doing? Throw that in there. Oh my gosh, we've gone through all the shulker boxes. All right. Oh, we go over this way. Throw the boats in there. I just needed to clean out my inventory, honestly. I don't know why I have the wandering. Yeah, I can put a good guess on why I have that. Anyways. Let's build a storage system and then not use it. All right. So what I really need to do is figure out how to make a proper farm for these guys. Because, oh my gosh, are they annoying. I feel like a great change would be... if the roots decayed like leaves. I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I'm rooting for the Seahawks in the big game. I also don't have... Oh. I don't know why I no longer keep an ender chest on me. I'm rooting for the Seahawks because, yeah, I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm hoping the best for Sam Darnold. Yeah. Plus, the Patriots really don't need to win another one. Leroy Jenkins. So, I'm going to just start by making a platform here because, yeah. My favorite thing is just going and getting those really, really hard blocks because then it's like, you know, it'd be great if I built a farm for it. But this one, I can't build a farm for. I can't build a farm for this one. Why can't I build a farm for this one? Because it's too overly complicated. Because it's a great tree, it's great wood. It's just, they made it so complicated. I would honestly love it if they added mahogany to the game. I would love it. I would love it. Give me a choice for more of a red log. Or cedar. I would love cedar too, honestly. Cedar would be awesome. But I think that's what their geisha is. So. You got so much snow. Oh no, Andrew. I unfortunately don't, even though we're in an area that should have a lot of snow. So, you 50 likes, let's go. I gotta go back to the TikTok stuff. Oh no. No. Anyways. Go like that, go like that. Like that. Gotta remember they're right next to each other. Like, doing one quite literally helps with the other. You know what I also gotta do? I gotta add everybody in my own Discord. Why do I gotta do that? To remind people that I have a Discord and that I still stream. Da, 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 da. Oh no, Andrew. Hey, you know, honestly, canceled church vibes go so hard. Just out there shoveling snow on a Sunday morning. Know how I'll be. All right. really should have been. I really should have been doing this over at Finrad, so my iron farm there actually started. Not Finrad, back at the main house. Main end. Just so that it was actually building up iron there, because I don't have any iron there. So a couple of things we need to think about with this. So I don't actually want to store iron in the build. I don't actually want to store iron in the build because building a storage system within the build is just, it makes it messy. So what we're going to do is actually work at making it in the storage system, or making it where the iron flows to our actual storage system across the street from it. And there's a couple of ways that we could go about it. We could go about it by going above the road, which would look tacky, or we could go underneath, which honestly, like, we have a very easy way of getting to underneath. So like that's the obvious choice. Like that is just the obvious choice. So like there's no way to really cut it other than it is the obvious choice. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like the way that this build is gonna be a little bit more wacky. So there's a part of me that wants to shoot the stuff into the building. Like if I could angle the iron sword that's gonna come out of the top to shoot it into the building, that would actually be like so cool. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, and I don't really think that would fit the aesthetic of the build. So it sucks. It low-key sucks. But it would be really, really cool to be shooting the iron into the storage system. This is not the exit. That was not the exit. So I've run out of rockets. Yeah, we better land on the roof. Wonderful. Yeah. Bird. What's up, Stephanie? How you doing? Is that the word of the day? I hope that's the word of the day. The world was better when that was the word of the day. All right. All right. We got 1.5 stacks. 1.5 stacks. I unfortunately am not happy with that much. Unfortunately. So, I think we clear the roots and go again. I do have more. What's up? How you doing, Stephanie? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Streams are holding steady so far today. So. Yeah. It's all going pretty good. It's all going pretty good. Is that dropping moss carpet? I have a really bad... Yeah, it is. That sucks. I don't really want moss carpet, you know? I don't really need it. Is what it is. So, I like that. I can't wait to just send this into the fire. I don't know how I missed by that much. I missed by so much, man. So much. Wonderful. Right. All right. Now, whoa. You know what? I can live with that one. I'm not thrilled about the lack of wood, but like, I don't need to get rid of so many rooted plants. So, unlike that one, unlike that one. All right. Go like that. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, hi, India. Jump down. I did space them out a little bit more. It might not have been a good idea, but we'll do it. We'll deal with it as we go. Yo, TB Gaming, thank you so much for the follow. It means the world. TB Gaming, I am sorry, but no. I have a very strict rule about letting people onto the server, so usually need to know them for a good 6 months to a year before I let somebody on. Because there's a lot of builds on here that are very, very extensive. So, yeah. Ah. Go like that. That. Ah. I've fallen and I can't get up. Make sure I get everything. Did. Wonderful. That was really scary. I almost failed there. Did you see that? Almost failed. I'm in a hole. I'm in the hole in the ground. Alright. Anyways, we break that and break that. Wonderful. You know, on the bright side, at least it's Instamine, right? Like, at least it's Instamine. If it wasn't Instamine, it would go crazy. I also need to make sure I don't accidentally destroy my hoe. Because it doesn't have unbreaking on it. Why does it not have unbreaking on it? I'm glad you asked. I didn't put it on. I thought to myself, hoe. How much could I really be using it? Anyways. But I do prefer this one over my other one, as the other one is Silk Touch. This is Fortune. So I'd much rather have Fortune when I'm cutting down trees, especially when I don't want leaves. I fear I cut down the wrong tree. I didn't. Still fear. You know, this is where I gotta start doing jump boost. This is where I gotta start doing jump boost. If I do jump boost, so much of this stuff becomes easier. Nope. Can't do it simple. Can't do it simple. All right. Wonderful. I've fallen through a hole. All right. Oh. All right. Fantastic. Is that all that was on this tree? There's no way, right? I'll be a monkey's uncle. There are certain phrases we cannot say when our avatar is a gorilla. Certain phrases we cannot say when our avatar is a gorilla. A monkey's uncle is one of those phrases. All right. Anyways, we fly back over here. Hop up and away. This is a really flower way to fly just to go to sleep. Just to sleep, man. Just to sleep. Anyways. Mahogany. Like they say mangrove, but like my brain goes mahogany. I do need to get rid of these because these are just ugly. So. There's more log. Alright. Anyways. Wonderful. I will be burning all of these rooted roots because there's no reason for them. Oh, this is awkward. Nolan, I am very sorry, but this is a closed server that I own. I have a lot of builds on here that I am very protective of, so I don't really allow people to join unless if I've known them for a very long time. So Hog, no, same response to what I just gave Nolan. But hello. Which Literally what I say all the time. Something I set up because I have builds on here that I will destroy the world for. So, yeah. Woohoo! No, not really. I am working on a really, really big project, so I just don't go to other worlds. Like I don't even do like a hardcore world or anything because I'm solely working on this. So you're not the first one to ask. So sorry. Anyways, this should all disappear. Nothing of value left out here. Let's just let that all disappear. But yeah, did you know if you bone meal these things, they grow one of those? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right. Anyways, lie back over here. Interesting. I'm actually going to save the rooted because I think there is the roots because I think there is something I could use them in. So, and I'm keeping the moss carpet as well because there's something I could use this in as well over here. So, don't need that though. So, what we'll do now, that in there. That in there. Then we need to work all this out. So we need to work out how the iron golems are going to move. So there's a part of me that wants to have them just shoot straight up into the air, right? There's a part of me that wants to have them just shoot straight through. All right, guess I gotta just put everything on hold. So, woo! I will be back probably in about 15 to 20 minutes. But I'm not gonna keep open stream while I'm not here for that long.